Hey there, this is Jeff King, aka Redbeard, and right now we're going to go over a quick review of the Ridgid 12-volt lithium drill driver system. I'm here at my office because that's where I use it. We do games and stuff here, and we do a lot of our own PC builds and stuff. And for years, we'd used the Black & Decker VRX system. Our VPX system. This got panned when it came out. It never really was all that popular, which is too bad because they had a really great idea with this. It was a great size system. Batteries went in here. I don't know how many batteries I've since tossed them. We bought into this just as this was being discontinued. We bought a couple of the main units that we would need and bought just a ton of batteries. And they've lasted us for, has to be 7 years. And the last of those batteries recently died. This was the charging system. It had this whole thing where it could flip out, and you could link up several of the charging bases. These were great. They're no more. We needed something to replace it, and we went with this. The Ridgid handheld 12-volt system. Now, compared to this, I will say that I love Ridgid. I've got a lot of the Ridgid tools you see on my stuff. I pretty much standardized on Ridgid at home. And there's nothing inherently wrong with the Ridgid system. But if you look at size, for small jobs, getting into computers, it's just not, they're a good bit bigger. The grip, while it looks similar, and I've got big hands, and even for me, I find this to be an excessively large grip. I don't get the shape of it because the battery itself, there's no reason to make it that size. I just don't understand where they went with that. It's not like it goes, as I said, all the way up the handle. I mean, it's all right there. You could have slimmed it down, put another one up here. You could have done all sorts of stuff. In fact, I would have preferred it being lower and coming out to here than this. It's just, but I mean, it's a great drill. It's got a ton of power. It works just like its big brothers. It's got a chuckless system. You've got 2 settings: slower, high speed. You got different torque settings. It has settings or spots for a belt clip. I don't use a belt clip. This is for use in the office. The charger that it comes with, I mean, it's a decent enough charger. It's got spots to be hung on the wall. It doesn't have rubber pads, which means that it kind of slides around a bit. But the one thing I don't like about it, that I did like about the Black & Decker, is you could link them in series. So if you've got, and it comes with 2 batteries, and I bought a third, but the thing is I'm kind of stuck. I can only be charging 1 battery at a time, unless I want to buy more chargers. When you bought it in this system, you could buy individual chargers that would link together, and you wouldn't have a whole bunch of these going into a power plug, because you could had a little dongle on the back where I could, instead of plugging it in, I could just daisy chain into the next system. So if this was the system over here, it would then plug into this one and this one and this one. I could have a whole row of these all using 1 power plug. Not with the Ridgid. Don't get me wrong, I like the Ridgid. The build quality cannot be questioned in this, and if those of you know, if you register it, they have a no questions asked warranty. You bring it in and they just replace it. It's great. But anyway, just to give you an idea, this is the Ridgid. It's a good size. It's not a replacement for their bigger, I think the 18-volt systems. It's a great general around the house, but I'll be honest, I wish it was a little bit smaller. I'm gonna miss my little Black & Decker, and I never thought I would say that. This was a great tool system for what it was used for, which was general around the house, drilling a screw that got loose, doing small projects. And for working on PCs, this thing was a godsend. It was great. And when you get the easy change batteries and the multiple charging ports, I could work on just I built 20 PCs at one time using this. So anyway, that's it. Just a quick look, see what you thought. If you have any questions, I gotta run. I'm off to buy a planer, maybe. Anyway, if you have any questions, post them down below. I'm available on Twitter at RedbeardRex. I'm also starting up on Snapchat. Check me out. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Shine on.